It is Friday afternoon, October 31st. It's Halloween. I am out here at the range. I cut out of work a little early, so I'm here around 5. We don't have much sunlight left, so we're going to have to get shooting, but I wanted to shoot some rounds through a couple guns. One of them I had to rebarrel, or not rebarrel, I had to remount the scope, but we'll talk about that when I get to the firing line. Anyway, we're out here in the impact area. I set up a 300-yard target. Just for reference here, I had to scope out the shotgun bay to make sure no one's in there. I had to clear that out because there's no range staff here, so make sure there's no one occupying that. And I set up a paper target at 50 roughly. So hopefully we can zero on that. But let's go ahead and get down to the firing line before it starts to get too dark to shoot. What I have on the back of this thing is the Mountain Mag Digiscoping Adapter for a phone. So basically, there's this deal that goes on the ocular eyepiece of your binos, and you have this deal that goes to your phone, and this is a magnet. So this goes, I'm using an iPhone, so I have the MagSafe. And so you have two options here. It self-centers for either lens, like your main lens or the telephoto lens, or what gives you 5x zoom. But when we attach it, it just self-centers, and then you basically have it recording through the phone. So I have right now just 1x, and if you just bring up a little bit, we're at 2.5, 3, and I can adjust this a little bit. It's a little shaky there. Oh, there you go. Got it on 3x, and then I think if you go up to 4, the crossover, yeah, at 4, it's gonna go to the other lens, in which case you'll have to basically cam the adapter over so it's over that other lens. But let's go and try this out. Let's start shooting because we're losing light. What I need to re-zero or re-sight in is this gun. I showed this on a couple range vlogs ago. This is the Aero Solus, which I was a 22 GT when I first put it together. I acquired a 308 barrel. This is a 20-inch fluted. I decided to throw it on there so I can practice using this gun with a 308, just so I can have more recoil management training and whatnot, and just be able to shoot a gun that is more smaller form factor, lighter weight than my other heavy guns. I put it in the HNT 26, and I just threw my Vortex Razor HD Gen 2, 4.5 to 27, because this is like the only spare scope I really have. And so I slapped it on here, shot it a couple range vlogs ago. And anyway, I discovered one thing. Like, I think I had the scope kind of mounted, it wasn't torqued down enough. However, with the rings that I had on there, I didn't realize I was making full contact with the front end of the scope against the fore end. So it was actually scratching it, like on recoil. So I think that was causing some problems there. So I found the only other there's a lot of bugs out here. The only other 34mm optic scope mount that I had, this is a Seekins cantilever mount. It's a 1.54, I think, whatever standard AR cantilever height is going to be. But I threw it on the Seekins mount here, torqued everything down, got it kind of, it should be good enough for my eye relief. And then we're going to go ahead and sight this in now. I have a target at 50, which you will see in this iPhone video, and then we'll go ahead and see if I can get on that target. But let's go ahead and bore sight it first, because it's going to be kind of off, I would imagine, and then we'll get some shots downrange. I need to charge up my Garmin, but in any case, 175 grains Sierra Match Kings with 41 grains of AR comp. This should be around 2600 in a 20-inch. That's what I chronoed it when I first came out here to try this out. All right. Hopefully we're on paper here. We may or may not be. Going to take a quick shot here, center down. Let's record this, I guess. Why not? Is it recording? Yeah, it's recording. All right. Let's take one shot. Okay, we're on paper. Let's go ahead and dial that sucker down. And that was 2613.9. How many mils is that going to be? This is 50 yards. So what do we got? About 7. Whoa, 7. But granted, there's going to be a little bit of a drop when we get out there. So when we push it to 100, I don't know. Let's cut it to 4 mils drop. We'll try that. Let me go ahead and move that. Let's move the target out there. Well, let me take one more shot. I'll take one more shot. Make sure it's not an anomaly where I'm at. All right. Then we'll move the target out. All right, half the distance. All right, let's move that target out. 2614. Whoa, 2614.0, 2614.1. Let's go ahead and move that target. I pushed the target back, but I forgot that that was a 100-meter line. It was a 100-yard line, which is a little bit before that. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Just a few extra yards here. What is it, 9 yards extra? It's fine. We're just trying to get a good zero. And the difference between 9 yards at 100 isn't going to be too much of a huge deal when it comes down to fine-tuning a 100-yard zero. It's like not even going to be a tenth of a mil, if anything. All right, let's see where I'm going to shoot center. That small paster below the 3 large ones. And I forgot to turn my chronograph back on. Where did it hit? To the right. Oh, hit the head. Okay, we're high. Forgot to turn the chronograph back on. It's fine. So we need to come down about three mils and then come right. Come right. All right, let's go ahead and put back on. I'm not even dialed in. All right. I should probably come right a little bit more than that, actually. All right, 2611. Come down another 2/10 maybe at most. And then right 2/10 maybe. Might be too much. Huh, interesting. I would have expected it to come down. All right. Unless these loads are crap. Let's shoot 3 more. Come down another 1/10. Let's tighten up these set screws real quick. Just 2 of them. We'll snug up the 3rd one later. And we'll come back left a mil, 1/10 of a mil rather. I help actually put the magazine in there. All right, 2619s. To the left, 2606. All right, on top, 2601. All right, I think we'll settle on that for our elevation. It's again 100 meters or 109 yards roughly. But let's go ahead and tighten this up, and then let's bust out the other gun, I guess. Maybe let's let it cool down for a second here. Then we'll shoot some groups. with the other gun. A few range logs ago, I noted that I was getting I suddenly started getting 2 3-inch vertical stringing at 100 yards with this 7 PRC build, which you see here. At the last range vlog before the NRL 22 match, I went to the range after I retorqued the scope mounting system, as well as tore down the rifle from the barreled action from the stock to make sure there was nothing wrong there. Everything's torqued down, retorqued the scope, and I shot a good group. Granted, the cold bore shot, not clean cold bore. Cold bore shot was about an inch away from the rest of the group, but the other group was like less than half a minute. It was a good group, so 4 rounds. For the 5 rounds, the subsequent rounds were all good. So we'll come over right 1 click here, and then we'll try this again. We'll see what this looks like. Let's go ahead and get the chrono out to see if there's any shifts or anything here. I am curious to see what this looks like. New session, 175 grain Burger Elite Hunters with 68.5 of H1000. I could afford to come down just 1 notch on the bipod. All right, let's take a shot on a paster here. Okay, what does this look like? Safety's on. Looks like we're stringing. That shot went low to where I expected. About a good 2/10 at least. And that was 30.57. Okay, next shot was right on top of it, right there, so okay. Although I would have expected these to shoot in the same spot as my last group from the other day. Okay, yep, we got a shift. That can't be me. That's not me. I think the gun is either the scope is. I may have to try a new scope. We'll show you the target when we get out there, but I think we might need a new scope to eliminate the scope as a possible issue. That or the ammo's bad, but I don't know. I don't know. Could be me. Who knows? 30-51 average, 8.5 SD. I don't know. Is it the gun? Is it me? Is it the scope? I honestly don't know if it's just the gun, if it's the ammo, if it's me, the scope. But I don't know. I'll have to show you the paper, but I'm going to shoot 2 rounds at that 300 meter target, or 300 yard target, 300 yards actual. It says 0.8 according to my ballistics, and we'll see if it hits waterline at all. Just relax there. We don't have to come down. This is high on this tripod. Alright. Let's put 2 rounds on it. .82. 0.8. So if you believe that target, I hit high left. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, I hit dead center. I can see that silver mark. That thing on the high left is just the paint coming off just randomly. Yeah, I hit dead center. Okay. Dead center, maybe a little bit right, about 1/10 of a mil. Let's try this one more time. Thing stops moving, we'll identify. It's low. About 1/10 of low. Below target, or below waterline. I'll shoot one more round, down to 4. Granted, I might as well just shoot all 4, but all 5 of I have 5 left. All right. Come left, I guess. 1/10. Okay, well, we definitely came left 1/10, but more than I wanted to. All right. Well, let's go ahead and shoot one more round. Whatever. Let's just shoot one more round. Why not? We're here. Let's shoot one more round. I took that 1/10 of the left off, although I could have put it back on. Whatever. Well, that one dropped, I think. That one went to the second shot. Yep. Dropped, dipped low. All right. Let's go one more for 5 rounds. I mean, it's still shaking, so that could have. I shouldn't affect it too much on the impact. All right. All right. That's on the waterline again. I can see it from here. All right, we'll analyze that target in a few when we pull it in. But let me go ahead and just shoot my last rounds here, and then shoot some with the 308. And we'll call it an afternoon. Nice. Okay. Go to the right from last. I think we're on. Let's shoot 3 more rounds. If I can just call it. Fire off 15 rounds. Make it a nice round number, I guess. Push to the left. What did that for? There you go. To the right. Sloppy 3 rounds. Before I pack up the rest of my gear, here is the target from this afternoon, and this is me zeroing the 308 on this one, and then I got it kind of dialed in at 100 here. Then I shot 4 rounds here and another 3 rounds. I got sloppy, but that's not bad. So I think we're zeroed. Windage, I don't know what's going on. However, let's talk about the 7 PRC. I shot my first 5 rounds here. This was first shot, second, third, fourth, and I think I threw the 5th down low or something. But you can see there's like a 1-inch vertical string there. And I think I fired another 3 rounds here, and look, that's like 3/4 of an inch. And then I fired these 2 rounds here after I shot at the 300-yard target. So I'm kind of favoring low, and then it goes hot, and I guess when maybe it's heating up and it's getting here, I don't know. That could be a byproduct of barrel whip, harmonics, carbon fiber barrel. Could be me. I have no idea. Could be I need to bed the action better. Maybe I need to redo it. I don't know. Could be the scope. At this point, I don't think it's the scope. It could be the gun. It's so hard to diagnose, but this is what that 100-yard looks like, 109 yards. But here is the 300 target. And if I have to adjust my camera, sorry guys. Let's adjust the camera real quick for this. And get this thing to focus maybe. Hopefully you can see this, and let me adjust the exposure on this. So here you can see, hopefully you can see 5 distinct shots here. This was my first shot, second, third, fourth, fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's not bad for 300 yards. That's maybe about an inch and a quarter, if you want to call it that. Not even an inch and a half center to center. Oh, from here to here, that's large. But I'm just talking the vertical dispersion, because I did dial a 10th mil for this third shot. That went 10th mil left. Probably shouldn't have. So that one probably threw this off a little bit. So let's just look at the vertical. That's not even, maybe less than an inch and a half. So that's pretty good at 300 yards. That's half a minute. So I don't know. Are these 2 low shots me? Is it the gun? Should I just not even worry about this? How does it correlate to what I'm seeing on paper at 100 yards? I don't know. 7mm PRC doesn't have that much barrel life, so maybe I should accept this as it is and call it a day. I don't know. Anyway, that's what we're looking like right here. We'll just go ahead and take this home, and I'll take a photo of it when I get home, maybe tomorrow, just to have this for analysis later. Got all my gear loaded up, just need to throw this rifle in the back and then grab my Starlink, and we'll head out of here. Sun's already starting to set. It's 17:57, but productive quick range session here after work on a Friday, and got this thing rezeroed. Again, had to remount the scope because I didn't realize I was making full contact of the bottom of the scope against this forend here. And so that might have been causing some weird anomalies I was seeing in the Zero. Used a Seekins cantilever mount. This is traditionally for ARs, but it works fine for this gun with my eye relief. I was able to set it good enough for me. And honestly, I can still move it forward if I need to and not be too big of a deal with this cantilever. I want to get a lighter weight scope for this kind of training setup though, because this is a heavy beast right now. So this weighs, without the bipod, this is going to weigh about 12 pounds, just under 12. I figured I'd find a lighter scope for this. It doesn't need to be this heavy. And again, I'm only shooting this for practice. So anything that gets up to about 18 power is all I need. I can probably repurpose the Mark V HD 3.8 to 18, 3.6 to 18, which I technically have on my AR right now, on one of my AR uppers. So I don't know. Need another lightweight scope. And as far as the 7mm PRC, I don't know. I don't know what to make of this gun. The up and down vertical I'm getting on the groups, kind of disconcerting. Again, carbon fiber barrels, maybe that's just a Magnum carbon fiber barrel. Maybe I just need to accept the fact that it's going to do that. I think I've eliminated the fact that I was getting 3 inches. I think that was definitely with the scope mount itself. So I retorqued everything, we're fine. However, I'm going to do some brass prep, reload some more ammo, do some more testing, but I think we're okay, and we'll just have to accept the fact that this gun is probably a 1-minute gun with a vertical. I don't know. Welcome to Opinions. Anyway, enough talk. That's it for today. Hopefully you got a nice preview of this upper range. I plan to be out here maybe next week to shoot on the upper range if it's available. They have a schedule like for the upper range, but I think I should be able to get in next week on the upper range. But it's kind of cool. We have everything. They redid everything, and it's pretty nice out here. But we'll try to we'll do a better profile of this upper range and all the improvements they made in a future range vlog. Anyway, that's it for today. It's Halloween. Gonna make that drive home. Hopefully I get home before kids start walking out or walking around the neighborhood. I'm not really into Halloween anymore. And I don't have the Halloween spirit. I lost it when I was like in elementary school. I I used to give out candy. I didn't like dressing up anymore. I gave away candy, which is great. Up until a certain time period when I realized that grown kids, like high school, were the only ones walking around. And I was hardly getting, actual kids walking around for candy. So I gave up on giving out candy. Even now, it's terrible in my neighborhood. So anyway, I'm sorry that I don't have Halloween spirit, but I much prefer like trunk and treats. Like at my church, they have a trunk and treat. Everyone brings in their cars and vehicles and we just give out candy to the kids. It's safer that way. And we know it's gonna be actual children, not grown teenagers who can get a job and buy candy, right? And just doing it just to do it, right? I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. I'm sorry to be like a very, Scrooge, Halloween Scrooge, but anyway, I'm not gonna be trick-or-treating or dressing up or doing anything for Halloween. I'm just gonna be at home, the lights out, and just on my computer. So anyway, that's it for today, Friday, October 31st, here at the West End Gun Club. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next vlog.